pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first thing, gotta elect new officers, chairman, vice chair, 3 members.
I move that we retain the same officers as we had the previous year.
Support.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Aye. Oh, I better slip that in there.
You lost.
You get a chance.
All righty. No, now we gotta approve, Bob Griffiths as manager and Katie as clerk.
You gotta hire them or?
Keep them on.
Oh.
Yeah, officially.
Do you want a motion?
Yeah.
So moved.
Support.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Approval of the agenda. Not much there, but I guess we can always come up with something. Down the road, to the stand that's presented. Minutes. They look good to me. Everybody get a chance to read them. Stand that's presented. Bills. Accounts payable date. December 27th, regular, 154, 823.81. Total the same. You wanna go both together? January 9th, regular 143, 358.17, EFT 78, 756.44 for 2022, 114.61.
I move that we pay the bills for December 27th and January 9th.
Support.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. That makes it tough.
Question. On the bills of 1227, American Art Association, initial administrative fee 200 and initial administrative fee of 200.
Arbitration, we have to pay.
Arbitration, that's right, okay.
That's an automatic, every time we get an arbitration, we have, each side has to pay that initial fee.
Okay.
What are we paying?
Just the bill, not the payroll.
Oh, I see.
Should be 2, this is payroll.
Yeah, that's payroll too. All right.
So we already talked about the auto owners for, and whether there should be one for Mike or why not, okay. That was another question I had. On the McChryspa deductible $500, vehicle damage,
That was when one of our drivers backed up and totaled a truck.
You do
oh,
payroll.
the side plow.
No, that,
You
this
do
is
payroll.
back in
Oh,
May.
we don't want to
Back
pay
in May.
Well, I've got mine signed.
Those take a long time to go through McChrysip, and then finally, that's.
Get the deductible,
We
okay.
haven't got the site, the ring club.
No, that's.
We do this?
That could be next year,
Yeah.
Okay.
so we actually see what,
Okay,
Yep.
did we vote on these yet?
Mm-hmm. Where was you at?
I thought we just moved.
you moved and motioned.
We
and
moved
that
the
was
motion, we haven't voted yet.
Yes, we did,
Yeah, we did.
on the bills.
Okay,
Yep, we all said aye.
She didn't.
I started asking questions, I don't remember voting.
it. She was still asking questions.
I was discussing the bills and you were finding the bills for Mike. I didn't think we voted. Katie doesn't have it down there that we voted.
All in
Would you
favor?
like to vote again?
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Are we done
Aye.
discussing first?
I hope so.
No.
Why? Okay.
Got that covered, Steve? All right.
Do you have any more bills for me?
There should be one more set of.
I've only signed one. Okay, my fault.
There's 2.
Gary's still reading.
There we go.
These are payroll, so these ones, we're not to that, these ones right here.
Okay.
Okay, there's those
Should be
two
two,
only
bills
got
need to
one.
be signed by
should
Gary.
be two bills and one EFI.
And Mike,
Oh, you just passed it. Right here.
Is the EFI in there too?
EFT.
Got it. I'm getting confused now that Kathy's,
Yes, it's on there.
I don't know if we said aye or nay here.
I don't think he's done those.
Yeah, we paid the bills.
Yeah, I've done those. Haven't done these.
Be a third one. There we go.
Well, then,
Those have
this
come
little
out.
one, I don't think I had, that first set that I signed.
Here's your three.
That's payroll, we haven't done
That's
payroll
all
yet.
payroll.
I laid them all.
I need
Keep trying to do
those.
payroll.
This single sheet,
I keep
That single
messing with
sheet
that
is right
payroll, I
here.
don't know why. Hey, this is the first day on the job this year.
You did not sign this one, but you signed.
no, I haven't signed
Maybe
it.
we better go back to a separate thing for the bills.
I already signed that one.
Yup, but
Okay,
you,
so is that
I
one
think
all
we're
done?
about
This is
done.
all done.
1, 2, 3, I don't know, I think Gary needs to sign that one too, maybe.
I gotta sign that.
he's a blue pen, if no blue
That's right,
pen
there's
on
no
it,
blue cut on that one.
that one's done.
Okay. Those are done, we got 5 on there,
Yeah, I always
This one.
sign in the same place, so I know.
that's me too. Phew.
Got them all?
Yep.
Alright,
Done now.
now we got payroll. December 19th, January 2nd, January 8th. 128, 149, 27, 122, 183, and 52, 21, 30. Special.
I would move we approve the payrolls for December the 19th, January the 2nd, and January the 8th.
Support.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There we go. Perfect. We're back on schedule. Now you can have 'em.
You shall have that.
Oh,
Yeah, those have gotta be signed too.
Mike, have you signed those?
No,
Okay.
This, that's got everybody on it, it's right there.
all done?
All done.
Treasurer's report.
Beginning cash and investment balance is $1,980,533.93. Total receipts was $1,108,426.28. Total in bills and payroll is $632,691.99. Bonds and escrow is $10,250. CD reserve for 2 trucks is $668,063.85. Ending available fund balance is $1,777,955.37. Outstanding accounts payable, we have a credit of $1,472.78.
Who's that credit with?
I don't know off the top of my head, I'd have to look.
Okay.
We keep telling Joe, spend it, use it.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's had to order anything from that specific place yet, again.
Any questions? If not, and Mr. Wolf.
So I have a question, I don't know what the appropriate time is to ask, but
Do it.
here we have with the agenda, we have a listing of township contributions in 2024. My question is, you know, in round numbers, about how much of this is still outstanding?
I
That's pretty.
can't remember exactly, I billed Reading Township.
I know Somerset had made a payment too.
Yeah, Somerset has, I believe, a zero balance. I would have to have that in front of me. I was not prepared to
Okay.
tell you that. This is how much has been billed out to them for the year of 2024.
It looks like Allen's made a couple of payments on the bridge too.
Yep, they made one payment on the bridge, they would have a remaining balance.
Cause that 175 would be the whole bill for the bridge, plus
Correct.
the other stuff. And they
Correct.
weren't gonna pay it all
Yeah.
this year.
Doesn't
so-
mean we
That's right.
received all this money,
Right.
this is just what has
Yeah.
been billed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is still a pretty good year for the township.
2022 was the highest amount.
But that was catch-up year, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, that was where Lake
Lake
Diane
Diane,
came in.
Lake
summer,
Diane.
Oh, like, right.
Well, and then in 2021, that was my first year on the board, and that was the year that the board had made a decision, I think the fall before, that they were gonna concentrate on primary roads in 2021.
Well, and 2022 was the catch-up year for contracts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because that was the switchover in managers and then we followed it up with again, a healthy year in 2023, working on locals,
Right.
so.
Got any old business or new business you wanna discuss? We got 15 minutes before we open.
I guess,
That's-
Oh, any public
Public
comment?
comment.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Am I up to it yet?
You
Oh,
passed
yeah.
it.
The audience was so huge, you couldn't see them.
So 10:15.
Doug's getting right into it. We're ready for your public comment.
I'm taking notes.
Oh.
No, I'm actually doing other business right now, so, no public comment. Thank you.
We can discuss anything, we
Well,
gotta wait till
I've got it.
10:30 for the opening of the bids.
I've got a concern about the proposed gravel pit in Adams Township coming over here this morning on Lake Pleasant Road. Where he proposes to have his gravel pit, there's a hill right there before you get to Gay Road. And my thought was, the trucks coming out of the gravel pit will have to go into the other lane to get into the travel lane. And there's the potential there for accidents. That's just my concern.
Did we give him a driveway permit?
He
That's-
applied for one.
That's all part of the permit though, that's a commercial drive,
Yep.
so they've gotta have a engineered diagram of what they're gonna put in there, and that needs to be made to where their drive is wide enough to,
So that the truck
Make the
can
turn.
actually make
Right.
the turn.
Is that gotta be curb and gutter?
it should be, but we'll have to take a look at the area and,
No, there's no curb and gutter.
no, but for a commercial drive.
Yeah, they'd have to put that in.
But to me, that drive needs just to be wider to accommodate them on their property to make the turn onto the public road.
So they don't go into the other lane.
Yep.
So I know over the years, there's been a few
There's a lot out there that,
accidents, cause people come over that hill and somebody's pulling out of Gay Road and it's not a good place for a gravel pit, but as Bob said, and he's right, we cannot interfere with
limit commerce.
commerce. And the road itself needs to be brought up to standard if he puts the gravel pit in, because the trucks will beat that road to death.
Who's putting this gravel pit in?
Rob Glass. He bought Glide's old gravel pit on Gay Road, around the corner, and built a house back in there. That property actually butts up to this new property, just it was the old Dodge farm, 40 acres. And his plan is to develop a gravel pit. Parish is gonna do the processing and haul the gravel to the new college hotel that they're building on Mock Road.
Is this the son Rob Glass or the dad Rob Glass?
The son.
The son.
Yep. So,
So this is on the west side of Lake Pleasant Road.
yes. You're looking right where Gay Road, just a little north of where Gay Road comes into Lake Pleasant.
I think there's one.
And there's a bridge right there, what is it, Beatty Creek or?
Well, that's a brand new bridge almost,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It is, very new.
And you got Lake Bel Air on the east side.
So between the bridge and Gay Road, about how much distance is there between that bridge and Gay Road?
Not a quarter of a mile, I don't believe.
You know, according to looking at this, it doesn't even look like it's that much.
We don't have Ben tab sheet.
Adams Township Supervisor brought that to our attention.
That's all right on there.
I don't know if you were here for Adams Township.
No, we need
Nope,
that.
I didn't make
No,
Okay,
you
so
weren't,
that's,
no, you weren't here when
right,
we met with Adams.
right. And so they're going through the process,
At least it'll be.
because they have zoning, whether they're gonna allow this and what stipulations they're gonna put on them to allow
They
this.
need to get us center too.
That's what we told them,
Three.
That'd be pretty simple on that.
right, right.
But his proposed gravel pit is on the north side of Gay Road and not the south side.
Yes, yeah, north, it'd be northwest of Gay Road. It'd be on the west side of Lake Pleasant Road, north of Gay Road.
But south of the bridge.
No, north of the bridge,
North of the bridge, okay, well, that
Oh,
makes more
okay, okay.
sense.
north of the
But
bridge.
say there's not much room south of that bridge.
And supposedly he's met with Eagle and he just wants to level the property off. That's what he's applying for a permit. I can't imagine Eagle would allow him to go below that grade much, because then you're getting into actual mining.
So if he makes that gravel pit, that's what it's gonna be.
That's what I,
believe from talking with them, he's talking, the original intent is to level it off, take that and use it. That's under the permit that they've applied for. They'd have to apply for another one to mine and another
Right.
one if they hit water
Right,
line.
just the surface on the first one.
okay. I guess most of it is in Adams Township's jurisdiction.
They got zoning,
Yes,
do they?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's already approached the planning commission about it. I'm sure he is, can't think of the word, what he is zoned at. I'm sure it's agricultural, it would have to be changed over to commercial. Letters, they've already sent out letters to like 18 residents in the area for their opinion on it. So, but what we did discuss with the supervisor, Bob brought that up, would be an overlay over Lake Pleasant Road to Mock Road to support the truck traffic. And that would be if we're contracted, that'd be 100% on the township, which.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, There'll be some cost involved there.
They better get paid per yard then,
Yeah, that's what
or per ton.
Kathy proposed, that they put a
Royalty.
royalty on him to help pay for that.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got, just my concern. I think Bob laid some of that, the truck's not turned into the right lane.
Now, whether they do or not,
Yeah,
Is
that's the next
it's
thing.
not ours.
You know as well as I do, that somebody's gonna cut it wide.
I'm gonna apologize for right now for the bids. I didn't think about doing the bid tabs for you guys. So we only have
That's all right.
3 and it's price per gallon, so we
I can remember that.
totally, everything,
Didn't write that down.
I remembered everything else.
We got empty pages on the back of this.
I'll give you a heads up before, yeah.
Quinn's just learning.
Usually Karen prepares all that, so.
So I have a question, and maybe you can't tell me anything. But do we have any idea how long Karen might be off?
I don't think we need to discuss that.
Recorded board meeting, nothing
Okay.
like that.
Okay,
We can address it with you afterwards.
okay.
So are we gonna start managers' comments, or are we gonna wait till 10:30 and just open bids?
Okay, so I have a couple of other things.
Well, should we do manager comments first, before we do old business?
Well, the first thing I have is, I know that we're looking at a schedule for meeting dates. And yesterday in my mail from Craig, I got the info on the conference in March. Well, that runs Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Thursday happens to be our last meeting date in March. So I don't know if there was any thought about, say, moving that to either afternoon that day or moving it to Friday of that week.
We usually do afternoon if that works for everybody.
Yeah, because that morning, you can
What
get
time
away.
afternoon?
Probably, I don't know, what time does it get over?
Cause the
up there?
meeting's over usually at noon, right? Is that when it's over?
Well, I've never stayed until noon.
But if I go to that meeting too.
Okay,
And I was hoping, I haven't
do too.
discussed it with Queen yet, see if
what
she
about
needed
if
to
we
go.
just move it to Friday?
That'd be fine.
I mean, afternoons would be a conflict for Mike.
Right, and then hustling back would be another conflict.
Yeah, and you never know what the weather might be like, although late March it shouldn't be bad.
Should, but,
There'll also be an 8:30 park meeting on that day, on the 13th.
we might have to move that.
No, I'm talking about
The
the
last.
second meeting
Oh,
in
the
March.
27th.
Yeah.
Well, we'll still have a 9 o'clock park meeting for the 27th, so,
Mhm.
not just 10 o'clock, but
We probably have to move that too,
Yeah.
move it to Friday.
move it to Friday
That would be my
in
suggestion.
front of the road meeting.
So you wanna move both meetings,
Just Friday.
27th to the 28th.
Well, I
Just
think,
put
no,
that in.
in February, park meeting to talk about it.
Is that a motion, or, yeah, we should have a motion to change the meeting.
Good.
I'll move that,
All right, I'll support.
March 27th.
to move it to the 28th, Friday the 28th.
You okay with that, Jesse?
Yep, yep.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same.
No, I mean, I didn't get in on the first one. I did vote for it. I was busy putting in the change.
You got something for 4 minutes? Well,
I'm sure I can fill whatever time you want. I guess I'll go real quick with the operations, other than the normal winter maintenance anytime that comes up. We've got crews out, working on Riker Road and Litchfield for that, project that we'll do this year. And then we've also got tree work on Somerset Road and Wheatland Township for if/when that project goes, but that's on the books to do. other than that, they're out there coal patching, and if Mother Nature allows, we'll scratch up some of the gravel roads, but right now they're all locked up pretty tight. So, but it wouldn't take a whole lot to soften them up right now if we got some mediocre weather or something, so. As far as engineering kind of stuff, the Elm Road Bridge hydraulic study is finally done. We've started the permit process, and we need a couple of inputs from the Jackson PEs to finish up the permit before we can get it sent in. And then that'll go. Buckeye Road, west of Bird Lake Road culvert, and Somerset Road, north of Stewart Road structure have been submitted to Eagle for their review, and Eagle will contact us to schedule everything out from there. The Territorial Road Bridge east of Bird Lake culvert, the permit's been approved. We're planning the replacement for the spring. Our stockroom clerk is working to get some, not necessarily bids, but time frames on what it takes to get this size arch span built and delivered, so we know the timeline, and that'll let us work everything out from there. So we need to know that timeline of how long it's going to take them to manufacture and ship the tubes so it can go right straight to the site. And
So we don't know that yet.
no, that's what we're trying to find out, is that time frame, and then that'll direct everything else.
So just out of curiosity, where would that be manufactured?
No idea.
Well,
until the bids.
with that, we're gonna have to
Go out for bids,
put a
yeah.
bid out. Yeah. And he's contacting the three of the normal tube manufacturers that we've got to get their ideas. So hopefully it's all in the same ballpark of time to build it and everything. Then we'll use that timeline to build the bid, and whoever gets the bid. And again, we've talked about it before, but the existing one is basically the only big change is the existing one's a 56-foot long, and this one's going to 71-foot long. Other than that, it's very minimal differences. It's a 9-foot by 6-foot squash culvert. So hopefully it doesn't. That's not an unusually large or odd thing. So hopefully they can manufacture that fairly easy, but we don't know yet. You want to stop and?
Yep. We're good. Yep, I think we can open this.
Alright, ready? So the first one's going to be from liquid calcium chloride sales. Alright, so and they've asterisked in where our original bid shows liquid mineral well brine applied. They've asterisked in 38% liquid calcium chloride. At 86.7 cents a gallon.
That's chloride.
That's calcium, 38% calcium chloride. So that, and they figured the cost at 3,000 gallons applied is what we asked for, would be $26.01 per mile, and the calcium chloride content is 38%.
Is it per mile?
2601.
2,601. Read through the rest of it. They say they've got 12 trucks capable of 9,000 gallons each. Type of spreading is positive displacement, gear-driven pump. They say they can do 2 loads at 9,000 gallons per shipment a day. They will have state certified weight tickets. Bid price, they're price based on 9,000 gallon shipments, price firm until 10/31/25.
So they're putting on 3,000 gallon mile.
That's what we asked for, that's what we bid out, and that's what we do right now.
3 miles.
That's only 6 miles a day.
Yeah,
We'd never get done.
we wouldn't.
It'd be next year.
That is their bid.
Hopefully we have some better bids,
I hope so too.
but I think the price is,
A little astronomical.
yeah, substantially higher than what we've been paying.
Probably
Okay,
for that actual quantity, and people do use that, I don't know who, but, they're probably reasonable when it comes to that chloride. That chloride is expensive.
Okay, so this one is coming from Michigan Chloride Sales. They replied with a no bid.
Oh,
Must be they got all the business they need.
So the company we're currently with, you have a bid from them?
That is right here from Corrigan, that'll be the third and final. Watch out.
You got a ninja or something, are you?
No, that's what I said, watch out. Alright,
Holy cow, we got a fancy dancy folder.
I'm just seeing what all these,
To get where you gotta go, I guess.
alright. So they, under the liquid mineral well brine, they bid the price of 18.9 cents a gallon, which would be for the 3,000 gallon per mile, would come out to $567 per mile. Their calcium chloride content is 15 to 25%. As far as their fleet trucks, it says see attached truck list, and they got a truck list here of what all they have. Looks like basically 2 3,000 gallon trucks, 7 8,000 gallon trucks, a 10,000, and a 12,000.
so they didn't go up much from 18.5.
There was for this year it was 18.5. They went to 18.9. So,
Not a lot.
Not as bad as I thought it would have been.
No,
I think it's, trying to see if there's anything outstanding here.
yeah,
All we have is 3 bids.
Yes.
well, 2.
Well, yeah, the ones
The
that did.
other company didn't bid.
So they sent us their certificate of insurance, which would be a requirement if we
Yeah.
accept that. Their truck list. And references, which are Kent County, Kalamazoo County Road Commission, or the Road Commission of Kalamazoo County, and Monroe County Road Commission.
Why didn't they ask for Hillsdale?
Because we should be able to give our own recommendation to
That's
ourselves.
right.
Now, is there any contingency on there that, you know, we want them to come earlier?
Well, that'll be part, well, I guess.
Gee, do they indicate when they can start?
We plan to begin our part, and this is the bid to them. This is what they signed up to. we plan to be in our program on or about 15 April, weather permitting.
Okay,
So that's plenty.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
that's right in the ballpark.
And the bid says that we need them to supply 40,000 gallons a day. So that would definitely
That covers
keep
it.
us going.
That's about 13 miles a day.
Now, whether we have that much
Yeah.
prepped and ahead of them, but they should.
They should be able to
Be able
keep
to
up
keep
if
up.
they go by their document.
So that being said, I guess I would recommend that the board award the new bid to Corrigan Environmental Solutions for a price of 18.9 cents per gallon.
So move.
Support?
Any more discussion?
Yes.
How'd I know that?
So at 13 miles a day, many of our townships takes 2 days to get over them, not one. And I thought I was told that we brine in a day. Because we have 40 miles worth of gravel roads in many townships.
Kevin, the other day, Kevin was saying, well, we could grade that many, now whether they can brine the same amount, we've got to time our grading with their capability. So if we get too far ahead of them, we got to slow down or do something else to let them catch up.
So again, I'm using the 40-mile figure, 18 townships, that's 2 days per township, maybe more. But if we say 2 days per township, that takes 18 and 18, that's 36 days, straight days. So it's over 2 months to brine regardless.
That's why
Barring
we're
weather.
going early, hopefully that will get, that's why it takes, some people don't understand how long
They will
it takes.
brine on weekends.
Yes, they do work on weekends.
We should have from possibly the middle of April to end of June. So.
And then another thing to
2.5
keep in
months.
mind too, you have Hillsdale and Fayette Township that have very little gravel
Yes.
roads, either one of them.
Those got the least.
True.
But it is all weather permitting too.
Yeah,
Yes.
We all know
and
that.
that's always been the case, always will be the case.
Yep. Which many people don't understand.
Okay, I just wanted to point that out.
Well, you did your math.
Yep.
Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.
All right. Go back to some of our comments. Let's see.
The only other bid was 5 times as much, so we don't wanna go there, I don't think.
That would get people excited.
Did we make a motion to award the bid to Kerrigan?
Yeah,
That's what we just
we
voted
just
on.
voted on it.
Oh my God. I think I need to go home.
Oh my
You've
goodness.
been here too much.
I've been here way too many days in a row. I have to go home.
Meeting fatigue.
Meeting fatigue. Oh my God.
Back to your statement on the tree cutting, that's for the, like the 2024 projects that we didn't get done. And
One of them is a 23, the others are 24.
so I will
The
take
Litchfield one for Riker is still the remaining one from 23, and the rest are the 24. And we've got a handful of the 24 ones that as these get done, they'll move to those next ones to get them.
Are we gonna be looking at doing any contract trimming?
For a bid, like,
Yeah.
I intend to.
Throughout the county or?
I would like to.
Okay.
That's one of the bids that I'll need to have to you to approve to send out for both. I want to send one out for tree work and roadside mowing.
Okay,
So,
I just was asking.
Say, do we have, any crews that are just doing what I would call random tree trimming or
Yes,
tree cutting right
yes.
now, as
We
well
do.
as these projects?
well, no, because we only have two machines capable of doing the tree trimming. One's a high reach and one's a man lift.
Okay,
The man lift is a very slow. You got to haul it around down the trailer, but then you can like walk down the road with it and trim. The high reach is a regular truck that can travel around and right now it's working on one of the roads, but if need be for an emergency hangar or something, that's the one that goes and takes care of those kind of things. And then they would come back and continue working on their project. All right, so the 2025 federal aid projects, which is the overlays on Concord Road, Sterling Road, and Jonesville Road. The grade inspection meeting was held on December 17th. We have a few revisions to complete, but as soon as we get that, and we can submit the final package by January 17th, which Heather says that she should have no problem meeting, we'll meet the requirements for the April 4th bid let. So that's where that whole project sits.
So okay, Concord, Sterling, and what was the other one?
Jonesville.
Okay.
That's for the grant
Yes.
that we got.
Well, yeah.
We're doing approximately 2 miles on each one of these or something like that.
Thereabouts. It's Concord is US 12 to Sterling Road, and then Herring is M49 to M99, and Jonesville is Squires to McLean. And then the following year, the intent is to continue on. I think it's going to take about 3 years to complete those roads. And probably at that point, we can go in and chip seal them, and they should last for quite a while. The small urban project, as we talked a little bit on that, where those are the funds that we can rotate every 3 years between us and the city of Hillsdale and everything. In 2026, we will get the funding here, and we're planning to do a 2-inch overlay and some milling on the Spring Street and Bacon and Bar Street between Fayette and Mechanic between Lake Wilson and Bar. So it's that little section there on the southwest corner of the city, where we're kind of button up to them, but that's in the small urban area. The current estimate for the project is going to be $468,000, so we'll have to kick in, like 80, along with the money that we get. Let's see, the 2024 safety projects, which was the rumble strips, the center line painting, or the edge line painting with the wet reflective and all that, is completed. We're just closing out the project with MDOT, and so that all the paperwork's taken care of. We were contacted by MDOT regarding our procedures for soil erosion and sedimentation control, and we're currently working with them to go through an audit with them on that. We did have 4 of us take the classes of training to be certified for soil erosion that we need. Heather's also, so she makes a 5th one, so we now have several people and the people in place that are doing the work that are certified on what they need to know and look for soil erosion on a project. The last but not least is I've talked a few times on the nuclear density gauge that we have. We have got hold of the NRC, and we're in the process of doing the paperwork to dispose of it. There is a cost that comes along with disposing of that material, but it's less than $2,000, which is probably less than our annual licensing to have it. So I made the decision to sign off on that, so we're going to process. If we need to have a nuclear gauge for something, we can borrow it from a surrounding county, or we can look later down the road at a non-nuclear gauge, which we can do all of our work with that, and it does work just fine. But right now, so far, MDOT doesn't approve the non-nuclear for their specs. So if we had a MDOT or a funded project like that, we would have to have somebody do that with a nuclear gauge. Doesn't happen all that often.
Wouldn't the MDOT do that work? It's their job?
No, it's not their job. It's if we get money from MDOT or from the federal government, it's required to use the nuclear gauge.
Yeah.
Sometime down the road, the non-nuclear are going to be recognized well enough, or eventually I imagine they'll switch, but who knows when that could be. But what we do here, a non-nuclear would be easy to train, easy to maintain, easy to keep. Let our guys do it. And if we do an MDOT project, funded project, then we can figure out a way to do that. But it's, I think getting rid of the old gauge anyway, and getting rid of that headache is worth.
Yep.
Let's see, as all you know, we've talked with all the townships the past 3 days. I think barring a couple outstanding issues that they've brought up, I think it went pretty well. I'm not sure about you guys, but that's about all I have.
Okay.
So I have a couple questions.
Sure.
So you didn't talk at all about the last 2 miles on Camden Road, east of M99, to be repaved, to finish up that ongoing project from Pittsburgh Road to Tripp Road. This was on the books to do in 2024, but because of the fact that there was so much work out there, my understanding was we had deferred and had given a contractor the opportunity to carry that into 2025 because we thought we'd get a better bid on it. So are we still on track to do that?
I don't want to say yes or no right now. We're in the middle of trying to figure out all of the primary roads that we're going to need to work on. I mean, that's in the group, but we've got a lot that we are gonna. That's why we didn't do a lot of the other bids for the townships this year, so that we can work on the primaries and get our stuff done.
This is one
It's a
that,
grant, federal aid,
yeah,
2020. You know about it. You gotta say the right thing, because when we did the budget amendment, we had to take it out of 2024 budget and move it to 2025.
Okay, then yes, that would be.
We talked.
That would be in the grand scheme of things.
yeah, I'd hope so.
I was thinking you were just talking basic
No,
fixing of the primary.
No, this is I mean, this thing's been going on for at least a half a dozen years.
I don't know if there was an official bid date. I think it was gonna be an early letting date for the spring.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing has changed that I know of. That's more of a Heather question, because she deals with that, but nothing, I don't think there's any
She'll
hiccups.
answer some.
I don't think there's any
She'll be
hiccups or
listening.
nothing.
I just don't want it to fall through the cracks. I mean, the people down there, know that they've seen this project started before I came on the board. We were doing like 2 miles a year, and there's 2 miles left to finish up. And when you got nice road on each side of it, and then you hit that 2 mile stretch, it's not a lot of fun.
Okay. I will get back with you on that.
It's like I have my contract that I keep for federal aid. So I know it's still,
Active.
yes.
So if it falls through the cracks, we're gonna make you.
I won't let it fall through the cracks.
Right.
Good answer.
Very good answer.
Anybody else?
Nothing? We're running out of things to say. Any public comment?
None.
Boy, you're easy to work with today.
Appreciate it, thank you. I don't hear that often enough.
Well, if there's nothing else, we can stand adjourned. Thank you.